Hi, I'm James, and I want to talk a little bit about Muppet Vision 3D, which if you're a big Muppet fan like I am, and I'm assuming if you're watching this video then you probably are, then you're most likely aware of the fact that Muppet Vision 3D is closing its doors this weekend. Now this isn't going to be like my typical retrospectives of Muppet things where I just sit in front of a microphone and read off a paper about what happened in them. This retrospective is just going to be me talking about my own memories of Muppet Vision 3D. I have been to Orlando, Florida once for a family vacation for a week, and in that week I went to Muppet Vision 3D and the Muppet Courtyard twice. This was around the time of the Muppets reboot movie, the one with Jason Segel and Amy Adams, where they have to save the Muppets from being taken over by an evil oil baron who wants to destroy the old Muppet studio. And it was really cool being there at the time because not only was it cool to just be there as a Muppet fan, but they also had a lot of cool Muppet merch as well that was brand new, and I have some of it here. If you'd like to see that, I will show it to you. But first I want to talk about what I remember about Muppet Vision 3D. Now, it would be hard for me to do a retrospective on Muppet Vision 3D in the way that I usually do because, first of all, I didn't have Nostalgia Talk back then. It was in 2012 when I was only 13. Video recording was not allowed, so I couldn't videotape it and then kind of look back and be like, and then Kermit the Frog says hello. Yeah, that would be kind of hard. So I'm going to talk about Muppet Vision 3D from memory. So the first thing I remember was walking in and there's all these funny Muppet parodies around like movie posters. I remember a net full of Jell-O up above and on the ceiling, which of course for us Disney lovers is a parody of the big Disney star Annette Funicello. And I also remember going in to watch the pre-show, which was hosted by Scooter. I think I remember Fozzie was there, Sam the Eagle, Bean Bunny, Gonzo. There was some pre-show entertainment by the 3Ds. And I'm struggling to... This was 13 years ago, and I have not been back to Florida since. I haven't even been to the States in a long time. But I remember Dinah, I think that was one of... Dinah or Diana? And then Max, the third one, couldn't make it. Muppet Vision 3D was one of Jim Henson's final projects before he passed away, and it was released after he had left us. So it was one of the final times that we ever saw him performing Kermit or the Swedish Chef or Waldorf. And we actually saw, for those of you who've never seen Muppet Vision 3D, there were these animatronic versions of Statler and Waldorf, the Swedish Chef, and a Muppet band of penguins. Of course, you know, it's very Muppety to have penguins do everything. I remember the start with Gonzo playing with the 3D word in the logo and kind of moving it up, and it looked like it was coming right at your face, and then Kermit's kind of walking around introducing you to all the Muppets, and I remember Beaker kind of getting tangled up in one of Dr. Bunsen Honeydew's inventions again, like always. I also remember Sam the Eagle and Bean Bunny. I remember feeling really, really bad for Bean Bunny. He was just trying to be really, really playful, but everything he did ended up getting worse and worse every time. I remember a walk-around version of Sweetums coming across the floor. It was like I was actually... I know it wasn't the real Sweetums from the Muppets, but it really did feel like that. I do remember going to the D23 Expo in 2015 and seeing Dave Goelz doing Gonzo, Steve Whitmire was doing Kermit and Rizzo, Bill Barretto was there doing Rolf and Pepe, Eric Jacobson had on Fozzie and Animal, Matt Vogel was doing Uncle Deadly and Floyd, and that was really, really cool. And I also remember the finale of Muppet Vision 3D with all the soldiers doing It's a Small World and Sam the Eagle kind of calling it a salute to America or something like that. And of course Kermit on the fire engine, the ladder, with him sitting on it, kind of like coming right at you. If I was a lot younger, would be like, I'm gonna touch Kermit. And I also got some Muppet souvenirs. If you'd like to see those, I've got them right down here. And to put some of them in this box. So to start off, this is Sam the Eagle. It's kind of cool seeing Sam Eagle play a major role. Because, I mean, he had a big role in some Muppet stuff, but never really a major role. He played a pretty big part in Muppet Vision 3D. So this is an action figure of Sam the Eagle as Han Solo from Star Wars. Which of course is funny because, as many of us know, Frank Oz, who originally performed Sam the Eagle, also originated Yoda. So here's Gonzo as Darth Vader, which of course on the Muppet Show that's a common thing because he played the role of Darth Nader. Now somewhere I do have these heads the head here is interchangeable, so you can actually put Gonzo in a Darth Vader mask and he would actually look like Darth Nader. And I remember on the Muppet Show it was like this mystery villain, and he would say, "The world will never know!" But right now, the world does. And even at that time, everybody knew it was Gonzo. There was actually one episode where they were doing the jousting scene from Camelot as the finale for the Muppet Show, with Gonzo doing the mysterious Black Knight, but everybody knew it was him, just because, well, the nose kind of gives it away. So there's Gonzo as Darth Vader. These also came with lightsabers, but I can't find those either. And look at this. This is Camilla the Chicken as a stormtrooper. Pretty cool, huh? Put these right here. And I'll move on to these. So these are figures called Vinylmation. They had a few of these at Disney World. Not just at the Muppet Courtyard, but everywhere. And there were quite a few Muppet ones. I got a few, so as you can see here, Floyd Pepper, Janice, and Link Hogthrob. I also got one of a character named Waldo C. Graphic, which, for any of you guys who don't know, this Waldo C. Graphic character, he was a computer-animated Muppet who was introduced on the Jim Henson Hour, and it was later used on Muppet Vision 3D. And the only thing I actually remember about Waldo on Muppet Vision 3D was him turning into different characters. Like I remember at the end he turned into Mickey Mouse, and they made a Vinylmation figure of Waldo. Now, what these figures are is that they're basically Mickey Mouse, as you can tell by the ears. I mean, maybe not so much with Floyd, because he's got the hat. But, as you can tell, they were basically painted over a Mickey Mouse figure to look like other Disney characters. And I can still feel like Mickey's nose on the face, and the buttons on his shorts. And I'll move these back here as well. Pretty cool. And I also got this figurine set of the Muppets. So first of all, of course, we've got the big star, Kermit the Frog! Yay! Right there. How could we forget about Miss Piggy? That'll work. She was having a hard time standing up, but Kermit broke her fall. Muppet Trust Fall. Fozzie Bear, waka waka! Gonzo. And I love this Gonzo in his tux that he wore a lot on the Muppet Show. I kind of like Gonzo as a stuntman on the Muppet Show, and he would have all these crazy flamboyant costumes. Rizzo the Rat is one of my favorites. Now, when I went to the Muppet Courtyard in Orlando, they didn't have the, and I know that this exists now, but they didn't have the Rizzo Pizza restaurant. So I have never been to there, and it actually kind of now makes me sad knowing that I never will. And of course, Animal. Put this box down. And I'll set Animal right here. There we go. And last but not least, I got this little treasure here. A plushie of Gonzo. Isn't he cute with his sweater vest? So that's... oh, there we go. So those are my memories of Muppet Vision 3D. Again, it was a very, very long time ago. So some things I may not be remembering as well as some of you who have seen it many, many more times. And originally I wasn't going to make a video about my feelings about Muppet Vision 3D being gone. But as we've gotten a lot closer to the date and I've seen more posts on social media about Muppet Vision 3D, it really did take me back in time to when I went to it. And this is what I honestly think. I remember when the speculation came out, oh, Muppet Vision 3D is getting closed to make way for this Monsters, Inc. theme park. I mean, I get it. If they don't close down some attractions that are relatively older, new ones can't come in. And Muppet Vision had a really, really good run. Like I said, it was after Jim Henson had passed away, not too long after Jim Henson had passed away. And that was before I was even born. So that's like almost 35 years of having Muppet Vision around. And like I said, we all have our memories about it. But if they don't close one attraction down, they can't make room for any new ones. But now it does kind of make me sad that I'm never going to get to experience Muppet Vision 3D again. Like, I haven't been to the States in a really, really, really long time. And it would have been nice to have seen it one more time. Maybe somebody will archive it, or maybe somebody probably has it on YouTube somewhere, so we'll always have the memories of it. And I hope that if you've seen Muppet Vision 3D, you have good memories of it as well. And hopefully one day the Muppets will be back entertaining us just like they always have. So that's all I've got to say about it. We're definitely going to miss Muppet Vision 3D. I know I am, and I know you guys will too. And I'll see you next time.